So it has been challenging. What tips do you have for families like me? I'm sure there are a lot of parents and caregivers and grandparents and aunts and uncles who are out there homeschooling young kids for the first time. What, off the top of your head, do you have any hot tips for us to make this more manageable?
Well, I think one thing to keep in mind, and that maybe a lot of people forget about teachers, is that we are not just focused on the academic development of the young humans that we work with, right? We are focused on their social, emotional development as well. And I've definitely been seeing two ends of the spectrum, right? How do we support their academic development? But I also think about, what are they going to remember about this time, right? What are they going to remember? They're not going to remember how to carry and borrow or to regroup, right? We use the term regrouping now. Yeah. They're going to remember what it felt like at this time.
Oh, that's really good.
And so I want to encourage parents and care providers and any family that has young children at home to think about the emotional impact of what you're doing with your children. We know kids learn through play. We know they have a tremendous capacity for creative expression. So I would encourage people to think about the things that you're doing with them that are just about connecting. We'll catch these kids up. Educators, when we go back to school next year, we will be fully aware of where we need to support them. I'm guessing school districts will have a plan in place where maybe we will teach as a second grade teacher, I will teach the end of the first grade curriculum, and then I'll begin the second grade curriculum. We're accustomed to meeting these gaps. But right now, I think that families need to play games with their kids. They need to do fun things, get outside, go for a walk, write letters to people that they're not able to see, make Play-Doh, make crayons, measure things, bake things, measure how much space is in your living room and figure out the perimeter, all those types of activities. Have fun with them and follow their lead, because they're going to remember what it felt like at this time. Read books, talk about the books, do all of those things, act out stories, do all of those things that are going to support them emotionally and socially. And I think that that's what they're going to remember.
Wow, that is, I'm not getting a little emotional. Like, that's really profound, because I don't think that has been my focus. I've been very focused on, not letting him fall behind and making sure that he's doing, and my son does tend to like schoolwork. So I think a little bit of schoolwork, but I definitely have had a couple of battles with him over schoolwork and finishing stuff. And I think that I'm also thinking, how is he going to remember this time? Is he going to remember it being frustrating? And I wish I was back at school because I don't like being homeschooled by my mom. And that's not the impression I want him to have. I want him to remember feeling connected and safe and knowing that everything is going to be okay. And so that what you just said, like, really hit me and it teared me up a little bit, because it really, my daughter has no idea what's going on. She's just like thrilled that we're all together. But my son is aware that he's not in school because of this virus. And I have not been as focused on how he's going to feel. So thank you. I actually feel like a pressure off to not worry about, oh man, how much math are you doing with them? It's like, you know what, just read stories and have fun and bake and make Play-Doh. I think that's a great, and go outside. We've been trying to do these little outside, we go on the deck and do these, I do movement every hour. So I've been doing like 5 minutes of this teacher who does like PE on YouTube, Joe something, like Australian accent. So we'll do, and then we'll come back inside. But that's really profound. So thank you for saying that. I think that I and a lot of other caregivers out there are going to feel a big relief by what you just said, that you're not like, okay, check out the curriculum guidelines and make sure they're following this. But it's just the big picture is, how are they going to remember this time felt? And it's very Maya Angelou of you. They're not going to remember what we said. We're going to remember they're not going to remember what we said. They're going to remember how we made them feel during this time. I think that's really profound. So thank you.